Staying in the region now, and international pressure on Israel continues to mount. So let's speak to our military analyst, Colonel Simon Diggins, for more on this. Colonel Diggins, great to have you with us. So talk to us about the possibility that there might well be coming soon a UK arms embargo on the Israelis.
That's certainly been proposed and mentioned by a number of people, and there are two groups at the moment who are talking about this. The first is a group of parliamentarians led by David Lammy, who are saying that we need to do something about this. And the second is a group of retired diplomats and senior military officers who, again, very senior, know the area extremely well. And their argument basically is based on law, which is that when we supply arms to other countries, those countries are required to stay within international humanitarian law. And the argument is, bluntly, that Israel is not doing that throughout everything it's doing in the Gaza Strip, and therefore we are complicit.
On particular grounds in terms of not letting aid and humanitarian assistance
No, specifically this issue, that's almost a separate and really important issue. But the issue about on the weapons and the supply of weapons and weapon parts to Israel is that if we know that they are using our weapons parts or their weapons, and they're using them in breach of international humanitarian law, we, the UK, are complicit in that. So it's actually a very clear sort of legal responsibility for us when it comes to the export of weapons. And that's the current burden of the argument. But you're absolutely right. The bigger issue is around the issue around the provision of of humanitarian aid into Gaza, which is an obligation on Israel as the occupying power to do.
And there's been a distinct sort of hardening of language and potentially action from Israeli allies. And what's been the Israeli response?
Well, the Israeli response at the moment is very negative. It's kind of like to talk to the hand. You know, they say they've got a military objective. They've got two main military objectives. The first, they say, is basically to defeat and destroy Hamas as a military organisation. And the second one, very specifically at the moment, is to get back their hostages. And that's what they're saying is their objective. They say we can't reach those objectives currently from there. They therefore have rejected, and they were very angry with the US, for example, for abstaining from the United Nations resolution on Monday, so that they were giving comfort somehow to Hamas. That's not how the resolution looks at all, but they're kind of not compromising. And that makes life very difficult for lots of people, even those who are very supportive of Israel. Okay, actually, what else is going on over there? And the humanitarian catastrophe, which is now Gaza, is not being properly recognised by them.